morning. There we go. We've unmuted. Good morning. How are you? I literally, just as I pressed go live, my dog has started to ask to go out. But I think she's got the hint. She's got the hint that she's not going out right now. For reference, that's not that we're not letting our dog out. She stuff. You can tell it's the summer holidays. She goes for, well, both of our dogs go for a long walk every morning. So my husband takes them in the morning and I take them in the afternoon. So like she's not long back from having gone, and she's like, hey, I could stand to go out again. So she doesn't need to, she's just being annoying. I'm not very good at sides in mirror image. This is my daughter's crafting collection. I'll tidy that up in a minute. I forgot it was there, and it was in camera shot. What's she got? Got the wrong side again. There's Lego. This is Lego. This is some cards she's been making. And because she sits on the dining table, which is where I'm sat right now, when we eat dinner, it all sort of gets scooped up and put, no, wrong side again, gets put on there. So that's what that is. Yeah, we're 2 weeks into the summer holidays. So it's tricky a little bit for me at the moment because my middle kid isn't here. In fact, right now, only my youngest is here because my eldest has gone away with like the extended family, which is really cool, and he'll really enjoy that. And middle kid is still doing ballet, which is really intense, and she's tired. Excuse me. So I've only got little one, and without her sister, like they are besties, and without her sister to like run off and go play something together, I have to spend a lot more time doing that. So it's just that balance is slightly trickier, weirdly, with less children. So nonetheless, I managed to get quite a few bits done last week, and on Saturday I pretty much worked all day because my husband was here. Managed to tackle lots of tasks over the weekend, so that's really good. So yeah, the balance can be tricky, but next week I'm away. I'm going camping, so I won't be here next week. And then after that, things should be a bit easier because I have all of my kids here. Morning, Jane. Nice to see you. What's Jane saying today? Probably joining live for the last time before school starts. These sprints will be in the middle of the school day. Yeah, it's tricky with the timing. I mean, often when I choose sort of the times I put up YouTube videos or I schedule things or whatever it might be, often what I'm thinking about is kind of when most people are available. However, with these lives, I kind of have to go around what I can do. And as I've said before, on Mondays, I don't offer myself up to teach on a Monday because I'm always busy in the afternoon. So I very rarely, occasionally I'll get offered something that I'm sort of willing to do. So every now and again I do work in a school on a Monday, but pretty much I'm here, so I can guarantee I can do the live. If let's say I did a Tuesday, then quite often I'd end up teaching and you wouldn't see me. I'm just going to say that I'm live on Instagram, so people can join us. So live for a writing sprint on YouTube right now. I should put my handle, shouldn't I? Just in case there's people on there that don't know. There we go. So yeah. I'm going to get into some writing. What I've been doing, so on Saturday, you might have seen if you follow me on Instagram, pen and paper is what I'm at now. I'll talk about it a bit more in the break, but pen and paper is where it's at, and it's actually helping me make progress. So I've printed out my sort of working draft on the soil book, and I scribbled all over it, and I'm sort of starting to, as I scribble something and it works, I'm then putting it on here, my laptop, So it's a bit of juggling, but that's what I'm going to be doing, is keep working on this. It is getting there. I should have it done by the end of the week, sent over for Natural England to decide what they want to do with it. And if they're happy, then it will go to the editor. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to email the editor and check that she's available. Anyway, let's get into it. Our first 15-minute sprint. Here we go. Let's do some writing. Alexa, pause. Alexa, pause. She hates me. Hold on. Well, I just pulled the plug out. That was annoying. I don't know why Alexa felt that we needed to have James sit down at all times, never to pause. She does hate me. Right. Good, good. You know, I don't want to get a copyright strike. So, how did the writing go, guys? I hope that went well. I am sort of reading back through. So, where I'm at with this is probably about half of the actual verses are done. I think I'm sure that once it goes off for editing, there'll be little bits picked up, but by and large, it's fine. Got a working title I'm quite happy with, and the back matter. So there's going to be like facts and things like our bios, because I've rewritten them, little activities and stuff. I'm pretty happy with all of that. There's just about probably 5 verses out of 13 that I'm rewriting and struggling with. One of the things I'm finding quite difficult, weirdly, is that I'm reading at the moment an incredible book. I really recommend it. As part of my research for this, I'm about halfway through, which is Regenesis by George Monbiot. I don't know if anyone's read it. And I do read quite a lot of environmental books because it's an interest of mine. And I'm used to reading stuff that's quite sort of upsetting in terms of what humans are doing to the planet. And that's like, reading some of that stuff can be really depressing reading, right? Because it's like, well, we've mucked things up. But this one I'm finding particularly like that. And essentially, from what I understand with the books at the moment, it's going through like all the things that are just completely unsustainable. And there's a lot of things in there that are just shocking. Like, why on earth are we doing that? So, for example, there's a bit where he's talking about the fact that sewage works can extract the microplastics that enter water from like washing clothes that have got these microfibers in and stuff. And that our sewage treatment facilities can extract those. Fantastic. But then that's put into this like sewage sludge that gets spread on farms. It's like, why are we extracting it and then putting it on the land? It doesn't make any flipping sense. So stuff like that, that's quite like, what? You know, and I'm finding it difficult to read. And what's unusual for me, I think, is that I read a lot of stuff about the marine world, and this is about land use and agriculture. And I'm finding that there's stuff I didn't know and stuff that's really shocking. From what I understand, he goes through the book and sort of suggests how we have to modify our habits in order to make any change. But yes, I'm reading that as research. And then now as I'm writing bits, there's like parts of the book coming back to my head, which I mean is the point of doing research, but I'm like, well, that's a thing that's sad or whatever. Yeah, a really good book. I would recommend it, but certainly for me, it's getting under my skin a bit, which is good. Like we want to be affected by these things and we want to make change, and I'm learning from it and enjoying it. Anyway, Jane, it's so lovely having you here, Jane. You're always commenting. It's really nice. Jane says, trying to do a list of what real videos I need to film or find so I can do those today and tomorrow. Yeah, good idea. All this planning of social media. It's funny, it takes so much time. And I was talking to my husband yesterday about some stuff on social media that was annoying me because there's plenty at the moment. And he was like, well, just don't go on social media. And I'm like, yeah, but it's my job because this is how I do what I do. So it's about having the limits on my phone so it doesn't send me stuff that will wind me up. Right, back into the world of soils for me, back into reels and things for Jane. And yeah, hope we're all getting some good stuff done. By the way, if those of you who are here from my video last week, I have had loads and loads of views from my live last week. There were loads of people joining me, and then I've had loads of people watching afterwards. So thanks, it's really lovely. It was nice to have lots of people interacting last time. And yeah, it's just, it's nice. So thanks anyone who was here last time, and do say hi and let me know what you're working on. Right, let's get on with it. So 15 minutes. Let's go. Okay, guys, there we are. That was another 15 minutes. I have got sidetracked. There's a surprise. um, because I was just thinking about whether I want to start setting up a beta group, and I'm not sure. Because should beta reading, genuine question, should that be like generally it's once you are kind of done with all your self editing, it's before it goes to the professional editor. But with I suppose what I'm trying to say is it would often be at towards the end of the process, and it's almost like an advanced copy just before some last things are ironed out. But I kind of feel like with a kid's picture book, it's a bit different because you might want betas to sort of test the book on kids and look at the language and things like that, as part of your editing experience. So I'm thinking what I might do is set up a beta group. I think I'm going to sort that out this morning, totally on a tangent. Well, it's not really a tangent. It's because I'm going through this and going, oh, should I do this or should I do that? And I was thinking, I don't know, because it depends what level of like acknowledgement and stuff. If I had loads of beta readers that I then got to acknowledge in the book, that then becomes tricky in terms of the space in the book because I would want to acknowledge people for their work. I think I just need to decide when I want beta, because to be honest, I often use my friends and writing friends as well as betas. So people I already know. And I found them, that I can trust their opinions and I can trust them to be opinionated. That's one of the tricky things with using people. I need people who are going to be like, that bit's rubbish. Would this be better? And know that I'm not going to take offense. It's whether, I don't know. I just need to think about it. I'd be interested in your thoughts whether, and like, for instance, if I set up a Facebook group for people where I can be like, hey, what do you think about this? Or I think probably I don't want to do that. I think that's more for like my friendship groups. And then once it's done, I then go to betas with like a finished thing. And then that wouldn't be in the acknowledgements because they haven't essentially helped build the book. Does that make sense? That they're sort of more almost like an ARC team. I just need to sort out in my head what I'm doing with that. I guess ultimately I am sat here going, and I want someone's opinion. I want to write by committee. Anyway, that's what I found myself thinking about right now, and whether I'm going to like make a social media post around it and create a job form or whatever. So let's see. Morning Star, you are setting up to write, edit, and fluff the story. Sounds good. Lots to go on. What are you writing? What kind of a story is it? Are you ready to tell us? I know there's a whole like secret phase. I certainly feel like I'm like, how can I tell you it's a secret? Jane, got a list of videos that you need to do. And those ones you need to find. Cool. Next sprint is for finding videos. Nice one. I love when people are using these sprints for sort of multiple things. So I think I'm sort of procrastinating, but I do need to do it. I do need eyes on this because you need kids to test. Like I will test this book on my kids. What's tricky in the beta phase as well for a kid's book is I need to test the text before the illustrations happen. But a lot of kids aren't going to want to just look at text. So oftentimes it is adults who give their opinion because they've read a lot of children's books. Because obviously the text needs to be right because the pictures come from the text. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I shall decide. Oh, what are you writing? Morningstar Fantasy, nice one. That's exciting. Oh, yeah, I know they're not enjoying it. I'm kind of in that at the moment. It's like, this isn't fun. This is just, doing the hard work before the fun starts. Right. I think that's already time to get writing again. That went really fast. So this will be our last 15 minutes, and then at the end we can have a nice chat. My little one is so good for all these things. I've had loads of meetings and lives and stuff that I've had to do on my laptop. I can hear her playing upstairs. She's good as gold. What a good girl, and I shall tell her so when I'm all done here. I think, to be honest, she's on screens and she's quite happy. Right, let's do some more stuff. 15 minutes. Let's go. All right, guys, there we are. I hope you got some productive stuff done. I decided to reach out to the usual people that I do for batering, and yeah, that feels right for a children's book. I think if it was an adult's book, I would do something a bit different. Um, I suppose what I'm looking for, really, in a way, is like a mixture between alpha and beta um, readers, um, sort of, because with a children's book, there's less of an alpha phase, I suppose. Um, so there we are. Anyway, I have already got 2 people who have said that they will read it, and I don't want many people to read it, to be honest. It doesn't, because it's short, it doesn't feel like I need lots and lots of opinions. And the people who are saying yes are, as I said, people who I trust to be opinionated. So that's what I need. Um, right, I'm going to change my banner because I haven't done that. So yeah, that was good to kind of make a decision because I've been thinking about it yesterday and hadn't done it. You're very welcome, Morningstar. So I've kind of looked through all this, and I think what I've concluded is that I need to print it out again because I've made changes since this version, and I think I need to print it so that all the verses are on one page because they're not, as you can see, this is multiple pages. So I can kind of see everything. I am just looking at the same verses really and just going, it doesn't work. But then my brain's not got anything more than that. So I'm going to have a bit of a writing session tomorrow. So I think I will reprint just the verses without the back material and fiddle. I think that will work. And also, not being on a sprint, in a way, not being on camera is easier because I can just sort of lounge somewhere. Don't know. There's something about it being more relaxed that helps. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think this will be done. I probably need about another 2 hours on it, and then I'll be happy. And I'll send it to the betas, take their opinions on board, and then email it out. There was something else that I was going to say to you all, and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I signed up to Skillshare. I'm thinking about making some videos on there. I know that obviously I've got a lot of stuff for free on YouTube, and I will continue to do that. I'm loyal to YouTube, but I was thinking I might refilm a few bits in a more sort of condensed form because I feel like on YouTube I'm quite sort of chatty and talk around the subject a lot, and maybe I could do like a more kind of precise thing. And I suppose the thing on YouTube as well is, although I've created playlists, often I talk about different aspects of the book. They're not necessarily in order. So you can find a video on editing or a video on a particular printing company or whatever, and you can piece everything together. So I suppose what I'm thinking is I'll make more of a course that goes through the whole thing on Skillshare, because for some reason I've never jumped on that particular bandwagon. Is that the right word? So I think I will do that over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, I'm quite busy. I'm away next week. Really looking forward to that. I'm going camping. I'm taking the kids. My husband can't come with us due to work and stuff. So we're just going to go and have a little adventure. And I will be sharing about that on Instagram. And I will probably make a vlog, but I'm staying with a friend as well. Friend is camping with me. So it's always limited in that instance to film lots and lots. But it's nice for me and the kids to have the memory. So I will film something and that will go up on YouTube over the holidays at some point. So there we are. Jane found some videos. You're welcome for the sprint. Yeah, and sorry you can't join us live. Yeah, there will be some replays. There are always replays of anyone who can't join me live. I mean, now I've been doing this since January, so there's a whole load of writing sprints. So if you need to do a sprint and I'm not live or it doesn't work time wise, you can find one and just work along with me. You can still have that kind of accountability even though it's not live. I think it's nice to join live, you know. It's just nice to be here and be in the chat, and it's nice to see you all chatting to each other. Hi Emma. Emma is someone that I've come across recently on all the socials. Guys, put your social media handles up so that we can all follow. I know that I follow Emma and Jane. But yeah, if anyone wants to put, and I'll stick them up. And then there are people who watch these on the replay, so do make sure that you go and check people out. Whoa, morning star, 4 a.m. Good lord. So for me right now, it's 10:36. I got up at 7 this morning. I normally get up at about 20 past 6 and kind of I will at some point do a routine video on YouTube. That's in my list. But yeah, I get up about 20 past 6, sort the kids out, do all the housework, get the kids to school, and then I work. That's my routine. But whoa, 4 a.m. That is not for me. I agree with Emma. That is dedication. Wow. Before the day job. Gee, I love all this, like people working different ways. Because for me, it's all kind of around the kids, and then being at school. And if I'm teaching, because I'm also like sorting out the kids before that and all that, I just like I can't. And I'm I'm not a morning person. I'm not an evening person either. I think I can do both, if that makes sense. I can get up and I can be right. I've got to do all these things, and I can do it. I also, anybody who has followed me for a while will know that I'm in a band as well. So I do the late nights for rehearsals and for gigs. Got a run of gigs coming up in September, by the way. If anyone's local to me and wants to come, they'll be in Thanet and Dover. My band is called Screaming Cherry. Welcome to check us out. Welcome to follow on social media. So yeah, I can do the late night. I mean, sometimes after a gig, I'm not home till 1, 2 o'clock. So I can do it. My husband would attest to the fact that I am also asleep on the sofa most other nights. So I'm not like a night owl. I'm also not a morning person. It's just like I can do those things if I have to. I think my natural routine is get up about 7, go to bed about 10. You're welcome to look up the band. We just got a new drummer because we broke our old drummer. That's not true. He had a back problem and he's had to step out and recover. So we have a new drummer at the moment. We've taken a break to train him up. And his debut gig is early September. So we're rehearsing hard, except for next week when I've backed out so I can go to Cornwall. They're called Screaming Cherry. I know the name is interesting. I have been in the band for, when did I join? Was it before I got married? No, it wasn't. It was after I got married. So I must have joined 2000 and late 2006, maybe, or was it 2007? So I've been in the band for like 18 years. Thanks, Emma. I've been in for a really long time. We've got a brand new drummer, and our guitarist joined about 3 or 4 years ago. But before that, we had like the same lineup for a really long time. It's fun, and they're really good friends. And the people who've left the band are still very much like in the band, if that makes sense. So although they're not, current sort of whatever, they're still really close friends. And more than anything else, they are those really, those people that just, they've got your back. I think there's something about music, there's something about any creativity. I think this feeds into kind of what we do here as well. That when you work creatively with somebody, you feed off of each other. And within music, in a performance context, that's obviously live. And I know these people so well that somebody does a little thing, I know what they're going to do, and I will follow. And it's interesting that any band member can send everybody down a particular avenue and go, we're going here now. It's interesting. But I love it. I love that kind of creative thing. Have fun walking the dogs. Emma, I need to go and chat to my little and see. I can hear her jumping up there. She likes to have screens on and also do colouring at the same time. But it sounds like now she's jumping or dancing or something. So I'll go and see what she's up to and take her a snack and leave the writing for tomorrow. I can only really do like an hour and a half at any one time. Anyway, guys, I won't be here next week. I will be back the week after that. So have a lovely week 2 weeks, I don't know, whatever that adds up to, 2 weeks. And then I'll be back if anyone wants to join me for a writing sprint, 9:30, most Mondays, but not next week. Have a lovely week. Yeah, take care. Thanks for joining me. It's been lovely.